You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
Reel it in.
Our work here will ensure a peace mankind has never seen. The world will remember this day.
I just saw Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, and wow, I am floored by this movie. I walked into this movie not knowing if I was going to love it as much, but wow, after finishing that 3-hour epic of a film, I'm floored. I love it. This is one of the best films of this year. Matter of fact, it's battling in that number 1 and number 2 spot with Across the Spider-Verse for me, but I'm leaning in the direction of having Oppenheimer as number 1 for me for the year of 2023. Going into this movie, I was uncertain about that 3-hour runtime, but with this movie, I was engaged. I was enjoying the setting, the dialogue, the cast, this acting, the direction, the cinematography, the score, you name it. I was so into this film. I didn't even feel that runtime. A 3-hour runtime is crazy, right? I was scared for that runtime. I was thinking that I would enjoy this movie but not come out of the theater loving it due to the fact that I would feel the runtime, and I was thinking that maybe there might be some scenes in which I would be bored. But no! Every single scene in this movie, I was engaged. That runtime, didn't even look at my phone, my watch, none of that. I was glued to the screen. This movie hits. It's damn good. I mean, wow. This film has captured me in all the right ways from beginning to end. Christopher Nolan sends you to the past and to the mind of a man who changed history, while also giving us a deadly warning of what our future can be in the end. I mean, this movie is about the father of the atomic bomb. It's terror throughout this film. It's scary. It's a scary topic, and Christopher Nolan nails that. But speaking on the man that's playing Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy gets his moment and delivers a phenomenal performance. The cold stare and haunting look he can bring with just his eyes, this man gives a performance that I highly enjoyed, and hopefully the Oscars take notice. I'm expecting a nomination for this performance. I mean, the way he acts in this film, I think he nails it. I don't really know that much about Oppenheimer growing up. All that I know is that this man created the atomic bomb. But from this performance, it makes me want to go look up and research about this guy and understand him a little bit more. But from the performance that Cillian Murphy gives, it's a really good performance. That cold stare, it's just something that is sticking with me. That emotionless face, feeling of dread, doubt, depression, everything that this man was going through. Throughout this 3-hour runtime, I was feeling it. I mean, Oppenheimer created this magnitude of a bomb, and it wiped out hundreds of thousands of people. Horrible. Horrible. And it's just crazy how the world was back then and how it is right now. I mean, the politics, everything. It's up in flames at the moment, but back then, it was just the start. And then for this movie to focus on Oppenheimer and how he is right up here, not only that, watching this man create the bomb, how he was before the bomb was even an idea. And then the aftermath of the bomb and seeing how it affects not only Oppenheimer, but the world altogether. And then the constant clashing between the government and Oppenheimer. It's a crazy scene. And it's a crazy timeline you go through. As a person watching this film, I was very shocked by how much this film covers so much ground in a 3-hour film. Robert Downey Jr. delivers a captivating performance. The final hour in this film with his acting gave me chills. The courtroom scenes and the behind closed door interrogation scenes are my favorite. Those are my highlighted moments in this movie. He was good in that first hour. He was good in that second hour. But in that final hour, I was like, wow. He's going to either win or be nominated for a supporting actor at the Oscars. I mean, this is his moment. This is his moment. He's been waiting for a role like this. I mean, I love him as Iron Man, but this is a role that he will for sure stand out in the coming months. I mean, he puts out a performance. That final hour is just chilling. This cast is insane, especially with only $100 million budget. That's crazy. I mean, everyone wants to work with Nolan. I mean, shoot, I wouldn't mind working with Nolan. There are so many people in this film. You saw the trailers, you've seen the behind the scene features, everything, so you know who's in this film, but there are just so many people. I was just like, wow, he's in this film. She's in this film. There are so many actors in and out of scenes. But the one thing that I love about that, yeah, they're here and then they're gone, but the moment that these actors have, the time with these characters, it's meaningful. It's not just here and gone, they left no impact. No, there is an impact with each character, with each actor that plays these characters. They have a moment, and it's meaningful. And obviously, I gotta speak about the score. It's the real deal in this movie, and it carries a lot of the weight of this movie. Ludwig, phenomenal. I love his score in pretty much everything. I mean, The Mandalorian, Black Panther. But here in Oppenheimer, oh, it's extremely good. It's intense, visceral, and daunting. The score elevates this movie to its highest tier. I even love how Nolan allows the score sometimes to take center stage, having it help tell the story at hand. No dialogue at all. It's not needed. Just an amazing score that dives you deeper into the mind of Oppenheimer and the burning timeline of our own darkness. That score is something I might even put in my gym playlist because it's just that good. Christopher Nolan has crafted one of the best historical biopics of our time. That might be a stretch, that might be a hot take at the moment, but I'm leaning in that direction. He's got himself a winner of a film right now. I'm not sure if this is his best film. I'm a sucker for The Dark Knight. That is my go-to Christopher Nolan film. I've seen that countless of times. But for a film that clocks in at 3 hours, I want to see it again. That's crazy. I want to go sit in a theater and see a 3-hour film yet again for the second time. And I just might. The direction, storytelling, dialogue, and even the sound mixing is good throughout. I'm so freaking happy the sound mixing isn't bad in this movie. Something I've truly had a problem with in the past Nolan films. And by that I mean Dunkirk. I did not enjoy Dunkirk. I enjoyed Tenet for what it was, but it was kind of confusing for me. I still didn't get it. I, had a hard time watching Tenet, let alone I enjoyed what Tenet was. And I enjoyed the achievement that movie, brought to cinema at that time. But the one thing that stood out in both Dunkirk and Tenet was the sound mixing. There were times where the music was too loud, I couldn't hear the dialogue. Then there was times where the dialogue was just, really low, and the sound was really low. It's just, the sound mixing wasn't good in those films. But here, I'm not complaining about the sound or the dialogue or the sound mixing altogether. It's good here. I don't think I could say it enough, man. I enjoyed Oppenheimer. I really enjoyed this film. Me and my dad went to go see it. He enjoyed it too. And he does not like sitting in a 3-hour movie. Once I told him it was 3 hours, this man was like, I didn't enjoy Dunkirk. I didn't really like Tenet. He was same as me. And both of us were like, it's 3 hours. I mean, when you think of Oppenheimer, you think the best part is going to be creating the bomb. But no, there are so many cool scenes other than the creation of the bomb. That's a cool scene. But the courtroom scenes, Oppenheimer, just working on making this massive bomb of this magnitude, and then the aftermath, watching it all play out, the arguments, the interrogation, the constant interviews, just the mental state of where the mindset of this man is. Wow. And then there's, Einstein's in this movie, so that's a plus too. But yeah, Oppenheimer is not just a film, it's an achievement. I'm so happy this film has won me over. Like I said, I am a fan of most of Christopher Nolan's filmography, but this might be his best work yet. I'm leaning in that direction. Like I said, I'm a sucker for The Dark Knight, but I think this is the best film of this year. And I think by the end of this review, I'm going to go to my letterbox and put Oppenheimer at number 1. Oppenheimer gets a 5 out of 5 stars. What is your guys' rating? What do you guys think about this film? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did the runtime, this long 3-hour runtime, bother you? If not, tell me why. Share your opinions down below. Go real in this movie. Go see it. I saw it in IMAX 70mm, how you are supposed to see it. So I did that, and it was a fun experience. A scary experience because, this whole thing is a scary, touchy, topic to witness. But overall, my experience, very, very good. But I'll also say this too, to cap off this review. The actors and the writers do need to be paid. Studios, pay the actors and the writers. I've been silent on the subject here on YouTube, but I've been more vocal on Instagram and Twitter talking about what's going on. But the actors and the writers deserve to be paid. I mean, AI, that's stupid. That's stupid. I mean, AI is the villain in pretty much a lot of films right now. I mean, the film that came out last week, Mission Impossible. But yeah, man, pay these writers, pay these actors, because if you don't, we won't get films like the one that I just reeled in, or any of the films that have come out in the past and in the future that are pretty much cinema type films. Pay the people. Pay them. I enjoyed Oppenheimer. I just had to cap off that review and share my thoughts. You guys know where I stand. I want to know where you guys stand with Oppenheimer. Sound off down below. Thank you guys for reeling in and watching this review. I'll catch you guys in the next Reel It In review. This is Reel It In Reactions. I'm Reel It In Miles. Peace.